From the 1st of January 2014, new waste regulations come into effect. All Scottish businesses, no matter how small, will need to separate these key recyclables: plastic, metal, glass, paper, card, and most food businesses will need to separate food waste.
Gleneagles Hotel was purpose-built as a hotel, opened its doors for the first time back in 1924. We currently belong to Diageo. We've got 232 bedrooms and we're set in beautiful 850 acres. We're open all year round. Approximately 90,000 guests come through the door. But we've also got the spa, there's falconry, there's shooting, there's off-road driving, a beautiful activity school where you can take in horse riding or just come here and enjoy the restaurants. We've got 4 restaurants. We've got Restaurant Andrew Fairley, the Strathern restaurant, and for the less formal, Dormy Clubhouse and Desio. The staffing at the height of the season, we've probably got about 700 staff across the whole resort from all over the world. We've got a very international brigade. We started back in our recycling journey, probably started back in 2008 when we were going towards our gold award for the Green Tourism Business Scheme. So we put practices and procedures in there which let us start looking at things that we're doing and how we could better things. We also work with some other local hotels within Perthshire and things that we can do, or ideas they can take from us, but also on the flip side, ideas that we can take from them. As far as recycling goes, we concentrate on cardboard, food, glass, paper, plastic. Some figures we have here is that general waste for a year was 37 tonnes, food waste 61 tonnes, and mixed recyclable waste was 346 tonnes, which we were able to divert from landfill. Across the resort, I mentioned there was 4 different restaurants, but they're in their own area, so it's almost like they're recycling their household waste at their particular area. The food waste goes through a company called Bin Skips who are up at Glenfarg, and they take it up to an anaerobic digester, so that's all done there. And our mixed recyclables again goes to a company in Perth called Wiley's, who resegregate it at source, so all the plastics together, all the cards together, cans are all in the one bag, and they then take it forward from there. There's many contractors out there, but we chose the companies that are based in Perth purely because they are local, and when you're doing anything environmental, it makes sense that I think it's 15 miles between here as the crow flies to between here and Glenfarg, the same with Perth. Also, from a business perspective, we are a hotel. We sometimes make errors and don't phone in time, and they're very, very good at taking a late at night phone call to have a lorry here for us first thing the next morning. We have some waste items that are just no longer suitable for the hotel, but that doesn't mean that it's waste as such. We might have samples that have come in that we've chosen not to keep, and rather than putting them into landfill, there's a set up in Perth through Perth College which is called Use to Reuse, and with Use to Reuse we put it on a website, and the charity shops in the local area have the opportunity to come and collect it and sell it on through there. We've had everything. When our seasonal ownership properties were done, they took away 25 mattresses for us, which saved us having to get rid of them as a business, but it also sounded a great mattress. In terms of staff engagement, we've got a green team which meet every 2 months, and we've representatives from most of the areas, whether it's the golf courses, gardens, the offices, the kitchens and the restaurants, and they can go back to their peers and explain the need, why we do it. We've an international team who have been brought up as recycling's the norm in many of their countries, so it's not unusual for them to do it. Guest perceptions have changed, and some are able to recycle and some that choose not to. Guest recycling, for example, around the golf courses, there's bins where they've got the opportunities to split general to plastic. Within the bedrooms, the housekeepers, when they clean the rooms, they separate within the rooms as far as they can, and they put it into bins back of house area, so we are doing a percentage with the guests. The chambermaids bring the waste to an area back of house and segregate it there, and that's generally cardboard, paper, plastic bottles, glass and soap. So Andrew Fairley and the British School of Falconry are businesses within the business here at Gleneagles, and we've been really fortunate in that they've very much they've bought in behind it and happy to contribute to what we're aiming for through zero waste. We've a retail arcade with shops that belong to Gleneagles and also franchises. We've committed to the companies that are within there that we'll take their cards away and recycle, but we're finding more and more so, I think, that they're asking for less. We first discovered about the regulations when Zero Waste approached us about being one of the voluntary signatories, and reading through the criteria that they had, it actually made sense because we were doing a percentage of it anyway. A lot of what we did was around our green tourism business scheme, and we had to reach a criteria there, and I believe that we're doing it as it stands, so it makes absolute sense. And also, because of the size of the business and who we are, we need to be ready for the legislation coming in. That's up to us as a management team to provide the correct facility for them to do it so that they can bring it out and put it into the correct bin.
We can save you money with free specialist advice and support on energy, water, raw materials and waste, and get you regs ready.